The elevator doors slid open with a ding that echoed like a gunshot in the empty lobby. And there he was, Simon, my boss, leaning against the marble wall, tie loosened like a noose half untied. His eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that made my stomach drop. "Jordan, don't go," he said, his voice cracking on the edge of something I couldn't name. The rain pounding the glass behind him like it was trying to break in and drown us both. In that split second, as thunder rolled over the city skyline, I knew staying late wasn't about the quarterly reports anymore. It was about the lie we'd both been living for months. I'd been at Harper & Klein for 2 years, grinding through the cubicle farm on the 42nd floor of a midtown tower that overlooked the Hudson like it owned it. New York chewed you up and spat you out if you let it, but I'd carved out a rhythm. Black coffee at dawn, Excel sheets till my eyes burned, and stolen glances at Simon during team meetings. He was the kind of straight-laced manager who made the whole floor buzz. Early 40s, salt and pepper hair cropped close, broad shoulders filling out his Brooks Brothers suits like they were made for him. Divorced last year, or so the water cooler whispers went, with a kid in college upstate. He ran strategy like a general, all clipped commands and laser focus, but there was this undercurrent, a flicker in his blue eyes when our hands brushed passing files, that made me wonder if he felt the city's pulse the way I did. Frantic, hidden, alive with what you couldn't say out loud. I'm Jordan Reyes, 28. The queer kid from Queens who clawed his way into this glass-ceilinged world with a business degree from NYU and a portfolio of ideas no one else touched. Growing up, I'd learned early to keep my truths tucked away. Dad's a cop, mom's a nurse, both devout enough that faggot was the slur they hurled at protests on TV, never dreaming it might fit their own son. So I dated in shadows, apps deleted after hookups that left me emptier than before, and poured everything into work. Simon noticed. He promoted me 6 months in, said I had fire. His hand lingering a beat too long on my shoulder. I told myself it was nothing. Straight guys didn't look at you like that. But late nights lingered in my mind, the what-ifs stacking up like unpaid bills. That Friday, the office cleared out by 5, everyone scattering to dive bars or family dinners, while I lingered over projections. Simon's office light stayed on, a beacon in the dimming grid of fluorescence. My email pinged, "Jordan, need you for a deep dive on Q4. My office, 7 p.m. Bring the models." Heart hammering, I grabbed my laptop and knocked. He was at his desk, sleeves rolled up, exposing forearms veined like rivers on a map. "Come in," he called, voice rough from the day. The door clicked shut behind me, sealing us in with the hum of the AC and the distant wail of sirens below. We dove in, numbers blurring into strategies, his pen tapping rhythms on the desk as he leaned close, breath warm against my ear when he pointed out a flaw in my forecast. "See here? You're too optimistic. Life doesn't bend that way." His laugh was low, self-deprecating, and for a moment, our knees brushed under the table. I froze, heat crawling up my neck. He didn't pull away. By 9, pizza boxes littered the floor, half-eaten slices congealing like forgotten promises. The rain had started, fat drops smearing the city lights into halos. Simon stretched, cracking his knuckles. "God, I needed this. Team's been phoning it in since." "Well, you know." He trailed off, gaze drifting to a framed photo on his desk. Him and a woman younger, arms around a boy in a graduation cap. His ex, I figured. The divorce scar. "Yeah," I said, playing it cool. "Rough year." He snorted, leaning back, fingers drumming the armrest. "Rough life, kid. You ever feel like you're playing a role? Wake up, suit up, pretend you're someone else till the mask sticks." His eyes met mine then, unguarded, and something shifted, like the air pressure dropping before a storm. I swallowed. All the time, especially in a place like this, where everyone's watching. He nodded, slow, like I'd handed him a key to a lock he'd forgotten. "Tell me about it." "Back in Ohio, I was the Golden Boy football captain, married the prom queen. Built a life on straight lines. Then," he stopped, jaw tightening. Thunder rumbled, close now, vibrating the glass. "Then what?" My voice was barely above a whisper. "Don't push, idiot." But I couldn't stop. Simon stood, pacing to the window, hands in his pockets. The city sprawled below, a glittering beast indifferent to our small dramas. Then I woke up one morning and realized it was all bullshit. The wife, the kid, he's great, by the way, studying engineering at Cornell, the job. All of it. I was suffocating Jordan, pretending to want what everyone said I should. He turned, silhouette sharp against the storm. And you? What's your mask? The question hung there, electric. My pulse thundered in my ears. This was dangerous. HR nightmares, ruined careers. But his face, lit by the desk lamp's golden pool, held no judgment. Just hunger. For truth, maybe. Or more. I set my laptop aside, standing to meet him halfway. Mine's simpler. I'm gay. Always have been. Grew up hiding it like it'd get me disowned or worse. Now, I hide it here because guys like you don't ask questions like that. His breath hitched. Guys like me. It wasn't a question. He stepped closer, the space between us shrinking to inches, charged like the air before lightning. Jordan, The door buzzer shattered it, security's nightly check-in. We jumped apart, laughing awkwardly as he hit the intercom. All good, Frank. Just wrapping up. But the moment lingered, fractured but not gone. We packed up in silence, the rain a relentless drumbeat. In the elevator, shoulders brushing, he murmured, "This isn't over. Coffee tomorrow? Off the clock." I nodded, throat tight. Yeah, I'd like that. Saturday blurred into a haze of possibility. We met at a hole in the wall in the village, steam rising from mugs of Diner Joe as Simon spilled fragments of his life. The marriage that crumbled when he couldn't fake it anymore, the therapy sessions where straight felt like a straitjacket. I thought I was broken, he admitted, stirring sugar he never used, till I saw you, how you move through the world, unapologetic in ways I envy. Made me question everything. My chest ached with it, the romance of two souls colliding in a city built for reinvention. We walked the high line after, autumn leaves crunching underfoot, his hand grazing mine in the crowd. No one noticed. For the first time, I didn't care if they did. That night, texts lit up my phone. Can't stop thinking about today. You? I replied with a photo of the skyline from my fire escape, captioned wishing you were here. Weeks melted into a secret rhythm. Stolen lunches in Central Park, where he'd trace patterns on my palm under the tablecloth of fallen ginkgo. Late calls that stretched till dawn, his voice a low anchor against my insomnia. He was out to no one but me, terrified of the boardroom fallout, the custody whispers if his ex found out. I'm not ashamed, he'd say, fierce, just scared. For us. The word bloomed in me like hope after drought. But New York doesn't do tidy. Conflict brewed in the office shadows. Whispers about my favoritism. Late nights with the boss raising eyebrows. A rival analyst, Carla, sniffing for dirt. Simon shut it down, but tension coiled tighter. Then the betrayal hit like a freight train. It was mid-December, holiday lights strung across Midtown like fragile promises. We'd planned a quiet getaway. Nothing big, just a cabin upstate for New Year's. Our first real escape. I was buzzing, wrapping his gift, a leather-bound journal, for the words he said he couldn't voice. Then my phone rang during a client call. Unknown number. Jordan? It's Lisa, Simon's ex. Her voice was steel wrapped in silk. We need to talk. Coffee. Now. I met her at a Starbucks near his old place in Brooklyn, heart pounding like I'd run the bridges. She was poised, blonde hair in a flawless bob, engagement ring glinting. Wait. Engagement? I'm not here to fight, she said, sliding a photo across the table. It was us, me and Simon laughing on the High Line, snapped from afar. He told me everything. After I proposed reconciliation. For Ethan, our son. Stability. The world tilted. What? She sighed, eyes softening just a fraction. He's scared, Jordan, of losing the life he built. The firm's toxic, old money, old rules. He begged me to keep quiet, said it was a phase. But I see how you look at him. And God help me. I think he loves you. But he's choosing safe over real. Betrayal clawed up my throat, hot and bitter. I stormed out, rain mixing with tears as I hailed a cab back to Manhattan. The office loomed, a monolith of glass and lies. I waited till everyone left, then barged into his office, slamming the door. "You told her." The words exploded, raw. "A phase? After everything?" Simon's face crumpled, standing from his desk. "Jordan, wait." "No!" I paced, fury a live wire. "I trusted you, opened up, risked it all. And you run back to her? To the mask?" He reached for me, desperate. "It's not that." Ethan's struggling, depression, grades slipping. She threatened to cut him off from me if I didn't play along. Panicked. "But it's you, Jordan. Always you." Thunder cracked outside, the storm mirroring the one inside. Rain lashed the windows, blurring the world beyond. We were inches apart, breaths ragged, the air thick with unspoken fractures. "Prove it," I whispered, voice breaking. "Walk away. For real this time." He hesitated, eyes searching mine, the weight of decades pressing down. Then, slow as dawn, he picked up the photo of his old life, the one with Lisa and Ethan, and hurled it against the wall. Glass shattered, shards catching the light like fallen stars. "I'm done pretending. For you. For me." I crossed the space in 2 strides, pulling him into an embrace that was all salt water and relief. Our foreheads pressed together as sobs shook us. No kisses, no heat. Just the profound ache of 2 men choosing truth over the scripts we'd been handed. The climax of it all, that storm-lashed office, etched into me forever. Vulnerability as the sharpest weapon, love as the only surrender. We didn't make the cabin that New Year's. Instead, we faced the fallout together. HR meetings where Simon came out publicly, his voice steady as he cited company policy on discrimination, daring them to fire us both. Carla's whispers died under the weight of his promotion announcement. Me, to his level, co-leading strategy. Lisa, she backed off after a tense family dinner upstate, where Ethan hugged me awkwardly and said, "Dad's happier. Don't screw it up." Turns out, kids see through the bullshit better than we do. It's spring now, cherry blossoms dusting the park where we walk hand in hand. No hiding anymore. New York's still a beast, bills stack, doubts creep in on bad days, but we've built something human from the ruins. Forgiveness that doesn't erase scars. Love that demands daily courage. Simon's journal fills with our story, pages of messy grace. And me? I'm no longer the kid in the shadows. I'm Jordan Reyes, out and unbroken. Loving a man who chose the storm over calm. Last night, over takeout in his our Upper West Side walk-up, he raised a glass. 2 surprises. I clinked mine, grinning. The best kind.